ASMR Boosters here, and today I am doing a update. I sort of changed this deck around a little bit. It is my 6 Samurais, so I'll show you guys what changes I made. If you guys haven't watched the first one, I'll show you how the deck works. So let me just find all the cards. Okay, so let's see if you can see. I'll kind of sort them a little bit, see if you guys can hear it at all. Okay, I don't think you can hear it very well, but I might have to make another change to this deck. I just noticed something, but it's nothing huge at the moment. It's not really that big of a deal, and I don't know if I really have to change it, but I will be putting a couple different things in this deck as well. I was playing with some friends and realized that I had to tinker with it a little and do some different stuff. But okay, so how this deck works is I've got 2 Kagemusha of the 6 Samurai. He is a tuner monster. When one face-up 6 Samurai monster you control is targeted by a spell, trap, or trap effect, or effect monster, you can change the target to this face-up card on the field instead. Sorry guys, I'm still dying. So I have 2 of those. I have 3 of Kageki. When you normal summon him, you can special summon a level 4 or lower 6 Samurai from your hand. If you control another 6 Samurai, he gets 1500 attack. So essentially it becomes a 1700. I have 3 Kizan. If you control a 6 Samurai with a different name, you can special summon him. While you control 2 or more, he gains 300 attack and defense, so it becomes a 2100 and 800 defense. Then I've got some one-ofs, 5 of them. So I've got Inishi, so basically once per turn, if there's another 6 Samurai in the field, I can banish 2 6 Samurais from my graveyard to bounce a monster of your enemy, of the opponents, so send it back to their field. If you control 2 or more face-up 6 Samurais, except for Inishi, he gains 500 attack and defense. Elder of the 6 Samurai, he's only in here for the purpose of synchro summoning, so if the enemy has no monsters and if you have no monsters and the enemy has some, you can special summon him. Effect Veiler, ditch it from your hand to negate the effects of a monster for the turn. Zanji, you basically, if you attack a monster with it and it doesn't die, it dies at the end phase. You have to have 6 Samurai on the field, obviously, besides him, to make it work. If this card would be destroyed, you can choose another 6 Samurai to die instead. Grand Master of the 6 Samurai. So, if you only control 1 face-up Grand Master, or you can only, if you control a face-up 6 Samurai, you can special summon this card from your hand. When he's destroyed, you can target a 6 Samurai in your graveyard and add that to your hand. So those are my monsters. Then I've got some neologism of the Six Samurai, which is this one. It says, select one face up Six Samurai monster you control. Special summon one Six Samurai monster from your deck with a different name, but equal attack. During the end phase of this turn, destroy the selected monster. Xian's Smoke Signal. Select one level 3 or lower Six Samurai from your deck to your hand. I've got 3 of those. I've got a Rhoda, Return of the Army, or Reinforcement of the Army. Add one level 4 or lower warrior type monster from your deck to your hand. Forbidden Dress is one of the maybe cards that I just threw in here. Target one face-up monster on the field until the end phase. That target loses 600 attack, but it cannot be targeted or destroyed by other card effects. So it's kind of like an extra way to protect my main monster that I bring out. Regeki destroys all your enemy's monsters. MST, target one spell or trap card, destroy it. Book of Moon, turns a monster to face down defense position. Soul Charge, you can pay 1,000 life points per monster that your opponent, or in your graveyard I mean, but you can't conduct your battle phase this turn, and you can only use one of these per turn. So bring as many monsters back from the graveyard as you want, but pay 1,000 life points. Pot of Duality, excavate the top 3 cards of your deck, then pick one, the rest go into your deck. And you cannot special summon the turn you activate this. Enemy Controller, so you can change battle position of a monster, or tribute a monster, and then gain control of one of your enemy's monsters for the turn. Or, to the end phase. Six Samurai United, I've got 3 of those. So whenever you play a Six Samurai counter, you put a Bushido counter on this card. When you have 2 Bushido counters, ditch this card, draw 2 cards. So, it's a good hand refill. Double-edged sword technique. You can target 2 Six Samurai monsters in your graveyard, special summon them in face-up attack position. During the end phase of this turn, destroy them, and if you do, take damage equal to the total to their attack. Judgment of Anubis is another one of those random cards that I kind of just threw in here to see how it would do. When your opponent activates a spell card that would destroy a spell or trap card on the field, discard 1 card. Negate the activation. If you do destroy it, then you can destroy 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, and if you do that, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the destroyed monster's attack. Torrential Tribute. When a monster is summoned, you destroy all monsters on the field. Compulsory Evacuation Device. Return a monster to its owner's hand. 2 Mirror Forces. Whenever a monster is going to attack, you destroy all attack position monsters that opponent controls. 2 Muzakani Megatama. When your opponent activates a spell, trap card, or monster effect that destroys a card while you control a face-up Six Samurai monster, negate and destroy it. And then lastly, 3 Fiendish Chains, which I might take 1 or 2 out because I often end up with just them bricking and being on my field for no reason. Activate this card by targeting 1 effect monster on the field. Its effects are negated. Also, it cannot attack. When it is destroyed, destroy this card. Okay, so that's my main board. It still needs some work done. It's always being tuned depending on the ban list, the meta that you're playing in, etc. This is my sideboard right now. It's kind of crap, but I've got the main cards that I need. The extra cards are kind of just there. So, Legendary Six Samurai Xian. I've got 2 of them. That's all you can have in a deck right now for him. So basically, once per turn, you can negate a spell or trap this guy though, because 2500 attack doesn't kill Blue Eyes. Naturia Barkion. These are synchros, by the way. During either player's turn, when a trap card is activated, banish 2 cards from your graveyard to negate it. If you do, destroy it. This card has to be face up to activate it. Where's the other main beast? And a Chariot Beast. He does the exact same thing, but with spell cards. So that's part of a win gone. Black Rose Dragon. You basically, once you play him, you destroy everything. All monsters. Once per turn. Destroy all cards on the field. Once per turn, you can banish 1 plant-type monster from your graveyard. But target 1 defense position monster your opponent controls. Change it to face-up attack position. If you do, it becomes 0 until the end of turn. By the way, its destroy effect is optional. It says you can destroy all cards on the field. That's if I really need an out. Yugioh Guardian, when he destroys a monster, you gain control of it. Yeah, when this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can special summon it to your field in defense position. Orient Dragon. If this card is synchro summoned, target 1 synchro monster your opponent controls and banish it. Stardust Dragon. During either player's turn, when a card or effect is activated that would destroy a card on the field, you contribute this card, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. During the end phase, if this effect was activated this turn, you can special summon this card from the graveyard. Gravity Warrior. When this card is synchro summoned, it gains 300 attack for each face-up monster your opponent controls. Once per turn, during your opponent's battle phase, you can target 1 defense position monster your opponent controls. Change it to face-up attack position. Also, it must attack this turn if able. Now for my Exceed monsters. Number 34, Terror Bite. Detached Exceed. To target 1 level 4 lower attack position monster, and you gain control of it till the end phase. Comics Hero King Arthur. If this card would be destroyed by battle, you can detach an Exceed monster instead. When you do, it gains 500 attack, and if it does, inflict 500 damage to your opponent. Oh, I'm so tired right now. Shadow of the Six Samurai, Shien. So it's not this Shien, but it's this Shien. Kinda confusing. Once per turn during either player's turn, you can detach an Exceed monster from this card to target 1 face-up Six Samurai you control with less than 2000 attack. Its original attack becomes 2000 for the turn. Unformed Void. Once per turn, during your opponent's main phase, you can detach 1 Exceed material from this card. This card gains attack and defense equal to the total attack of all face-up Exceed monsters your opponent currently controls. Gaga Cowboy. Once per turn, you can detach a material to do one of these effects. If he's in attack position, if this card attacks an opponent's monster this turn, it gains 1000 attack and the opponent's monster loses 500 attack during the damage step only. If he's in defense position, inflict 800 damage to your opponent. And number 50, Black Ship of Corn. Once per turn, you can detach 1 Exceed material from this card, then target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls with attack less than or equal to this card's. Send it to the graveyard, and if you do, inflict 1000 damage to your opponent. This card cannot attack that turn. Okay, so how my deck works. Essentially, it revolves around these 3 because they're tuners. So basically, if you have a tuner monster, he's 2 stars. And you play another monster, it could be any monster. The 2 stars plus the 3 stars add up, and you can summon a 5-star synchro monster. That brings out one of these 2 guys. He's 6 stars, so you actually need to have like keys on the field. But the good thing about samurais is they summon each other. So when you play him, you can special summon another samurai monster. So if you have these 3 in your hand, you play him, then you special summon him with his effect, and then his special effect is if you have a different named 6 samurai on the field, you special summon him. So first turn, you can ditch those 2 to put him on the field. And then if you have cards like Soul Charge, that turn, you can bring them back to do it again and bring him out to the field. And then next turn, if you have double-edged sword technique, you play face down, and then you bring these 2 back from the graveyard, and then you can pitch these 2, and hopefully you get another samurai by then, and you can exceed those or something. So, how it works is, with these 3 on the field, your opponents basically can't play spells, traps, or really destroy Xian at all, because you essentially have to kill him twice a turn. So it makes the game really difficult to come back from. Plus, they all have over 2,000 attack. I'm going to see if you guys can hear some shuffling sounds. So. I know you guys wanted some sleeve sounds, but I don't know how well these ones work. So I'll shuffle these up a bit and see if I can show you guys a somewhat decent hand. I've been having bad luck lately though. That's why I need to adjust my deck a bit, because I think I need to add another asceticism and maybe another I can't remember his name, the other 6 samurai with 400 attack, 1,000 or 0 defense. Something like that. I need to make it more consistent and have less defense. Defense is really good with Xian, but I need just slightly less. I have plenty in here. I think I need to add a safe zone also. The safe zone on Xian is redonk. And yes, I will be doing a how-to video on how to play Yugioh eventually. It takes planning, and I haven't really had time. I'm looking for a house with the girlfriend, and we've just been busy, so give me some time. I will be on that. I want to do a how-to for all the 3 card games that I represent on my channel. Okay, so your first hand, you draw 5. Hopefully I get something decent. Okay, so this hand kind of blows, but yeah. So I play this card. We'll try and see if we can do anything first turn. So I play that, and then I use Pot of Duality to excavate 3 cards. Okay, I'll take Xian's Smoke Signal, because I need that card. I also just started shuffling my deck from having it all sorted, so that always causes some issues. So I can't special summon this turn, which is a big problem. But anyways, I use this to pick a level 3 or lower 6 samurai monster from my deck. I'll pick him, first turn, I can play him, use his effect to special summon him onto the field. I'll play a Mirror Force and a Megatama. And then since now I have 2 counters on this because I summoned 2 6 samurai monsters, I sacrifice it to draw 2 more cards. So there. So next turn, if the opponent attacks, I destroy them. If they try to kill one of my guys, I can destroy those. So turn 2, I got this card. So I can play it. It's normal summoned. Then I can use asceticism of the 6 samurai to grab another monster with the same attack, so 400. So him, and I'll put him on the field. So now, since I have both tuners on the field and 2 other 3-star monsters, I can sack all 4 of them. Well, I would do it in groups of 2, but I could bring him and him out. If I wanted, I could bring both the Xians, but so turn 2, I have Xian and the Turia Beast on the field. Turn 3, I got this card, which doesn't do a lot right now, which is why I have to adjust the deck. Like, I can do it and bring out him, but now he's just kind of there. Or I can put it in my hand and leave it. So I'll put it in my hand. Then turn 4, compulsory evacuation. So the problem with the deck is I draw too many trap cards. And then, not enough answers for my opponent's stuff. If they blow up my main guys, if they get rid of them, I'm kind of screwed. So that's my deck. If you guys know how to make it better, feel free to let me know. Like, I'm pretty sure I have to take out, like, maybe Forbidden Dress. I might add some other 6 samurai stuff to it instead. Maybe add another asceticism. Take out Judgment of Anubis, obviously. Maybe one of the Samurai United. 2 Fiendish Chains, maybe. So, anyways, guys, there's my deck. See if that makes sense. A little bit. And since I have a couple minutes, I'll just show you. I had some sleeved cards hanging out in the plastic tub here, so I'll show you guys what I had. So I had 3 arms of Exodia, 1 right arm, 3 left legs, and where's the other one? I've done this before where I like go through them and I end up losing one. There it is. They stick together. So I have 3 right legs, 3 left legs, 3 left arms, 1 right leg, and 1 head, but I don't have it in here because I have it in like a plastic hard sleeve. I have Dark World Dealings, Blue Eyes, 2 Blue Eyes, Dark Paladin, another Blue Eyes, Upstart Goblin, Magical Stone Excavation. This is the Blue Eyes from the starter deck, Kaiba, Cards of Consonance, Trade-In, Hand Destruction, Magical Stone Excavation ×2, Bottomless Trapple, Necro Valley, which is one of my favorite cards, Yugioh Token, Set Sail for the Kingdom, Duelist Kingdom, Glory of the King's Hand, Tomb Table of Contents ×3, Jinzo, Needle Wall, MSD, Black Horn of Heaven, Imperial Iron Wall, Parallel Twister, Imperial Iron Wall again, number 32 Shark Drake, Reinforcement of the Army, Anti-Magic Arrow, and another Pot of Duality. So if you guys couldn't notice from like a bunch of the cards, I'm trying to build an Exodia deck. So hence the Tune cards and the Blue Eyes cards. Basically you try and get, so you use this, destroy it to pull out one of these from your deck, use that to do another one, use that to do another one, then you put two Blue Eyes in your hand, wherever he is, and then you sack, you use trade in to discard two Blue Eyes from your hand to draw two cards. And it's essentially, yes, you kill him to draw two cards, and you just basically try and draw through your whole deck until you have all of Exodia.